Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Total Extreme Wrestling. Now, unfortunately, the first video I did was, the focus was really wrong on it. I will still upload it. I do apologize for the picture, but I see it's pretty explained in the audio. So, again, I apologize for the video quality. Hopefully this one will be better. Now, I'm gonna leave off where we left off on that video. This would be at our injuries. So, Cesaro, 3 months out. Daniel Bryan, 4 months. Nikki Bella, 2 months, 3 weeks. Randy Orton, 2 months, 3 weeks. Rosa Mendez, another 6 months, 1 week due to pregnancy. We have Sami Zayn for another 41 days, which will bring him back in time for Extreme Rules. And again, like I said, Sami Zayn will face Kevin Owens one-on-one in a match type of the YouTube universe's choosing. Seth Rollins, 5 months, 1 week. Sting, 2 months, 3 weeks. Tyson Kidd, 7 months. I don't know what I'm going to do with all these guys when they come back, but I got time to think about it. Let's do a little, let's close that window. So we have, again, Ranjin Singh and Hornswoggle are both without clients. YouTube Universe, you can decide who they will manage. I will take the top 3 decisions, test them out in house shows, and if we have a match of who they have some decent chemistry with, that's who I will select. If there is no match, I will go with the popular decision. So now we are on the Tuesday after WrestleMania. We're gonna make a little schedule change before we go into SmackDown. So we have SmackDown being taped every Tuesday. We're gonna change that. We're gonna put it live Thursdays. Okay, that is rescheduled. As for pay-per-views, we're gonna start off with Extreme Rules. We're gonna do this in a completely new schedule. We're gonna keep the most of the other ones, but we're gonna do Extreme Rules in May, week 3 of May. So all these are gonna be week 3s, by the way. We're gonna do Payback. We're gonna rename it to Backlash. Change the logo. WWE Backlash. There we go. Save that. And put it to the 3rd week of April. And Money in the Bank, we're going to keep that. Now, I'm going to give you a little preview on the Money in the Bank match. There will not be 1 Money in the Bank match. There will not be 2. There will be 3 different Money in the Bank ladder matches. There could be more details before that pay-per-view. Alright, and we have Battleground. We're going to keep it like that for a little bit, but we're going to put it 1 week earlier. Then we have SummerSlam. Again, we'll put it 1 week earlier. And you see it's been extended to 4 hours. We're going to have a D-list celebrity. Night of Champions. Now, what I do on my pay-per-views is I put every title on the line anyhow. So Night of Champions is going to be no longer because there's really no purpose. So I'm putting in Armageddon instead in December. In the place of Night of Champions is going to be TLC. I know that's a lot of ladder match for a couple of months, but that's okay. It's the third week of September. Okay. Hell in a Cell. And this one will be the third week of October. Survivor Series. Third week of November. Like I said, it's all going to be week 3. Royal Rumble. I'm actually going to extend it by 1 hour. Or by half an hour, 3 hours, 30 minutes. To give enough time for the Royal Rumble match itself. Because you know how long a Royal Rumble match normally takes. Usually takes about an hour-ish. We're going to give enough time. WWE Fastlane. I've never really been a fan of that name or of the concept. So I'm going to put WWE King of the Ring in its place. So we are going to bring back the King of the Ring pay-per-view. I know a lot of people wanted to bring it back years back when they got rid of it, but this time we're going to make it a reality. See how it goes for us. And put the 2010 King of the Ring logo because that's just awesome. Alright, so we got King of the Ring, and we have WrestleMania. We're gonna have live music from a star band. We're gonna have a B-list celebrity because they won't let you select A-list. Then we're gonna spend an extra 50 grand on the set. This is gonna be a season finale. We're gonna hold it on the 3rd week of March. And of course, pay-per-view. WrestleMania 33 is gonna be off the hook because we are gonna establish matchups as we go. We'll save that. So, in summary, starting from the next pay-per-view, we have Backlash, Extreme Rules, Money in the Bank, Battleground, SummerSlam, TLC, Hell in a Cell, Survivor Series, Armageddon, Royal Rumble, King of the Ring, and WrestleMania. Now we've already have a King of the Ring of King Barrett, aka Bad News Barrett, aka Wade Barrett. But we're gonna switch it up every year. I know they do it for storyline purposes, and that's fine. But this is a legitimate tournament. So we are going to have it as such. We're going to have it as a legitimate tournament. And I'll close that. Hornswoggle and Ranjan Singh. Both managers. Who are they going to manage? You decide. So auto push. We're going to give everybody a push to where they're supposed to be. So since Zeb Coulter manages Jack Swagger, you know what? I'm going to keep that because Zeb Coulter's not really doing anything, so I'm going to keep it. Alright, so week 1 is done, so we're gonna advance. Or sorry, Tuesday of week 1 is done, we're gonna advance. I apologize for the load time, but when you got a decent sized roster, it loads longer. We're advancing to Wednesday, and hopefully we get to make a signing. Alright, so like I said, video issues on the last one. I apologize for that. I had no idea until I actually looked at the video when it was done, but it was pretty much explained in audio, so I decided to keep it. Alright, so we have different hiring decisions in different companies there. That'll give you a little idea of possibly who I decided to hire. I'm going to tell you right now, it's not anyone currently on the TNA roster. Okay, so just unread emails. Alright, so WWE Raw rating on one of our smaller networks. We'll delete that. Now I'm going to go back into the Raw results just to summarize. So we had Kane, Big Show, and Mark Henry defeat the Social Outcasts. Had The Miz defeat Zack Ryder for the Intercontinental title, just like in real life. These were all simulated by the computer, by the way. Dolph Ziggler defeats Kevin Owens before getting attacked by Samoa Joe. The New Day defeated the Dudleys. We had a challenge for Backlash from AJ Styles to Chris Jericho. We had Becky Lynch, Sasha, and Brie Bella against Charlotte, Naomi, and Tamina. And we had Dean Ambrose and Roman Reigns coming back after an attack to get revenge on the Wyatts while saving the Usos in the process. John Cena defeats Ryback. Then we had an interview with Triple H and Stephanie McMahon. And then Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and the Usos defeats the League of Nations, Bad News Barrett, Alberto Del Rio, Rusev, and Sheamus in a 4-on-4 tag team match. And we will fast forward to the next day. Now, before I make any new hirings, I'm going to get the decisions on each and every last one that I've already made. And this is loading up Thursday before SmackDown. And then when we're ready for SmackDown, it will take place somewhere in Texas. So I did not see the Toyota Center. That will have to be changed and imported in. So we're going to get something else. We're going to get a decent arena. We're going to do a States tour. We'll ultimately end up in Orlando at the Citrus Bowl for WrestleMania 33 in due time. But we're going to stay in Texas. Okay, so we got the end for Johnny Rods and Abdullah the Butcher. So they retired. Vader retired. Jeff Jarrett is approaching a retirement. We got Lucha Underground. We got NXT. A bunch of them. Let's see what went on NXT. Simon Gotch defeated Tommaso Ciampa, Moss, I'm not sure who Moss is at the moment, and Murphy. Manny Andrade defeats Rhino, and Shinsuke Nakamura and Enzo Amore defeated the Revival. Not sure why they left Colin Cassidy out of that, but to each their own, I guess. And I have no idea who any of them are. But I'll leave them up there for a second so you can see the results. And closing. And yeah, I don't think we need to see OVW. Okay. Alright, so we got a couple of ratings. Germany and Fox 8, I believe is the Latino Fox, if I'm not mistaken. And we got a decision. So, did you get the hiring, or so did you get the signings accurate? Let's find out. So, Funaki. I'm going to sign him. He was at WrestleMania on the Japanese announced team. We are going to complete the contract. Sign him. Yes, you notice Kurt Angle on there. So, let's just go through them. We got Kurt Angle, Bobby Roode, Eric Young, Rhino, and Taz. Did you get them right? I don't know. But if you did, that's great for you. If you didn't, that's fine. Bobby Roode, of course, we saw on NXT. Kurt Angle, quote-unquote, retired from TNA. Eric Young also left TNA, but hasn't really populated up in WWE. Rhino is on, well, we already know Rhino's on NXT. Doing some stuff, and he's also in Michigan politics. Then we got Taz. Alright, so. But I'm not going to start any new signings until I hear from all of them. So Funaki, we'll keep him with the Funaki picture that he has. We're going to put it just as Funaki instead of Shoichi Funaki. We're going to have him occasionally wrestle, but I mainly put him in there. I mainly brought him in to be an interviewer on SmackDown. Because the segments I've seen him in back then were just absolutely hilarious. And when they weren't hilarious, they were just awesome with him as an interviewer. Alright, so we got Funaki. And we will debut him soon enough. It won't be right away. Let's see what the recommended push is. Occasional wrestler. So that's exactly what I wanted him as. And this is exactly what we'll put him as. Alright. Okay, so we're gonna go into SmackDown. So here we go, it's loading up now, and there it is. They want us to go to Missouri, but I want to stay in Texas, so let's stay in Texas. Mid-South, let's go to a decent sized arena. It's Colorado, no. Let's go to Waco, Texas. Okay, now I'm going to save this, and then I'm going to go here, and then we're going to start booking Thursday Night SmackDown. This will be live from Waco, Texas. Ladies and gentlemen, this is SmackDown, and we are coming to you from Waco, Texas, at least in the game. Anyways, we are going to start off once again with an angle, a show introduction. So let's get that underway. Show opening with fireworks. You know what? We're going to promote a match as well. So let's do this. This time, Michael Cole and John Bradshaw Layfield, JBL, are going to be at ringside for the action. And they are also going to promote a match in the main event. This will be Roman Reigns versus Sheamus. Let's take all scripting off. I think it's better unscripted anyways. Alright, and once again, like I said, with the timing, or actually the previous Raw video wasn't too great, so I'm just going to explain it again. I time my matches, or my shows, to have a good amount of matches for the time allotted. This way, if this is a 3-hour show, I'm going to have 7 matches. So that's how I'm timing my show. Alright, speaking of matches, we'll get underway with match 1. Now this is going to hype the tag team title match I'm going to have. And this will be a triple threat match. With their tag team partners competing the following SmackDown. So we're going to have Kofi Kingston versus Devon versus Jey Uso. Alright, and then, like I said, Michael Cole and JBL at ringside. Next match, our next segment. We're actually gonna put a challenge out there. For a one-on-one match at Backlash. This is gonna be accepted. So, in the main event at Backlash, we are gonna have Roman Reigns defending his WWE World Heavyweight title against Bray Wyatt. A lot of people wanted to see that, I'm sure, and I am delivering it. Now there's a bit of fallout from the 4-on-3 handicap match. So this time we're making it a 4-on-1. So we're gonna have The Big Show against the Social Outcasts. So Adam Rose, Curtis Axel, Heath Slater, and Bo Dallas will try and chit and slay the Giant together. I will be changing the setup. I will be changing the setup for the commentary teams for the next episode. Alright, up next we're gonna have a Raw match, or a women's match, I should say. Gonna make it a tag team match. Or no, actually, I promised you guys a triple threat #1 contender match. That's what I'm gonna deliver. So let's put another triple threat match in there. The winners of the 6 diva tag match from Raw will face each other. So Sasha Banks, Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, okay, I had a mind fart here. So we're gonna save, we're gonna continue without saving. Alright, it was Becky Lynch, Sasha Banks, and Brie Bella to see who takes on Charlotte. My apologies about that. We're gonna get right back into it. So, 3-way match. Sasha Banks, so will the boss win? Will Becky Lynch, the last kicker, win? Or will we see this match go into Brie mode? And we're gonna have Michael Cole and JBL, but this time we're gonna have Charlotte join them at ringside. There is going to be a winner. Alright, so this is gonna be, we're gonna have a backstage segment. Let's put in a highlight reel invitation. And we're gonna have Chris Jericho invite Zack Ryder to the highlight reel. Next up, we're gonna have a one-on-one match. You see, Zack Ryder lost the Intercontinental title. He will be cashing in his rematch sometime. But for now, we're gonna have the Intercontinental Champion, The Miz, going one-on-one with his former tag team partner, Damien Sandow, in a non-title match. We're gonna have Zack Ryder at ringside. We're gonna make, yeah, like I said, a non-title match. And we're gonna hype a single debut. We're gonna hype the debut of Finn Balor. And this one will be a one-on-one match. We're gonna have Sin Cara. Let's see who we'll put him against. Well, let's have Sin Cara face the debuting Samoa Joe. And then we'll just have Michael Cole, JBL, no Dolph Ziggler, because Sin Cara attacked Dolph Ziggler, so we'll have him on Raw. So this one is going to be we're gonna have a sneak attack. One-on-one. AJ Styles being attacked by Chris Jericho. Because for some strange reason they have AJ Styles as a heel by default on here. So I'm gonna turn him. And we're gonna have a one-on-one encounter. And we will have Rusev take on Dean Ambrose. Alright, and the final the final non-match segment here will be an interview. Backstage interview, here we go. And we are going to have JoJo interview Roman Reigns. Jimmy and Jay, the Usos, for their upcoming matchups. And unscripted. And in our main event of the evening, we are going to have a handicap match. Which will put Roman Reigns versus Luke Harper and Eric Rowan. And we'll have Bray Wyatt on commentary. Alright, we are about to start the show, so let's get things started. I apologize about that. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. We had a bit of a snafu in the last video, I do apologize. Alright, just to summarize, we have our show opening. We have Kofi Kingston versus Devon versus Jey Uso. We have a challenge for Backlash. We have the Big Show versus the entire Social Outcasts. We have Sasha, Becky, and Brie Bella who are in a number one contender match for the women's title at Backlash. We have a guest invitation from Chris Jericho to appear on the highlight reel. We have The Miz versus his former apprentice / stunt double, Damien Sandow. We have a upcoming debut video. We have Sin Cara versus Samoa Joe. We have a sneak attack backstage. We have Rusev versus Dean Ambrose. We have a backstage interview with Roman Reigns and the Usos. And then Roman Reigns himself will take on Luke Harper and Eric Rowan in a handicap match. Let's try this again. Click the button. Success. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to keep the last video with the snafu in it, so you can see where it went wrong. And I'm going to attach it to this one. Alright, okay, so here we go. The show starts with an impressive opening of pyro before the lights are raised in several sections. The excited crowd are waving various signs. The focus then switches to the announce table where Michael Cole and JBL hype tonight's show, and I forgot to put this as a match, Roman Reigns versus Sheamus. You know what, we'll do that on Raw. We'll do Roman Reigns versus Sheamus on Raw. That was my bad. Alright, so getting into the matchups. Alright, so we have Kofi Kingston defeated Devon and Jey Uso with a Trouble in Paradise. Alright, so Bray Wyatt comes to the ring and challenges Roman Reigns to a match. Roman Reigns appears and accepts the challenge. Standard angle. And that will set up a match for Backlash. There we go, Backlash. Book. Alright, so we are going to have a one-on-one. This will ultimately be for the WWE title, but I will specify that at Backlash. Okay, so we're going to have Roman Reigns versus Bray Wyatt. Alright, and okay, the Big Show defeated the Social Outcasts in a 4-on-1 handicap match when the Big Show made Adam Rose tap with the Colossal Clutch. Alright, and Brie Bella defeated Sasha Banks and Becky Lynch with a Bella Buster. So this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna do Charlotte versus Brie, one-on-one at Backlash. And that will be set up on Raw. Okay, Chris Jericho is in the ring and announcing that he's personally going to call Zack Ryder and invite him to be the special guest on his own personal talk show next week, which we know, of course, is the highlight reel. Alright, so we have The Miz defeating Damien Sandow with a skull-crushing finale. And of course, we're going to hype the debut of Finn Balor to the main roster. Samoa Joe defeats Sin Cara with a Coquina Clutch. AJ Styles is backstage. He gets ambushed by Chris Jericho with a sneak attack, leaving him laid out. I know that's a lot of Chris Jericho non-wrestling segments, but he is the host of the highlight reel, and we are hyping the final feud match between Styles and Jericho. Who do you think will win? Comment below. And of course we were using this as a turn for AJ, so complete. Yes. It's okay if it didn't go down particularly well. It's okay. Alright, Dean Ambrose defeated Rusev in 18.5 minutes with a midnight special. Alright, JoJo is backstage with Roman Reigns and the Usos talking about their upcoming match. Or in this case, match is. Alright, Roman Reigns defeated Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. And Roman Reigns speared Eric Rowan and pinned him. Alright, so to summarize the results, Kofi Kingston defeated Devon and Jay. Big Show defeats Adam Rose, Curtis Axel, Heath Slater, and Bo Dallas, ultimately pinning Adam Rose. Brie Bella pinned Becky Lynch with Sasha Banks on the outside. Miz defeated Damien Sandow. Samoa Joe defeated Sin Cara. Dean Ambrose defeats Rusev. And finally, Roman Reigns defeats Eric Rowan and Luke Harper. Alright, and this is definitely going to go through. And there's a look at the Sinister Minister, James Mitchell. Alright, so this is almost loaded here. We go into the emails, or the in-game emails, and see what the fellow wrestlers other companies or anyone is saying about the show or about their careers. And also, we'll see if we can sign anyone. If you have a good signing idea, please put it down in the comments below, and I will definitely take it under consideration. Alright, here we go. We're going to start off with the signings. Eric Young has accepted the invitation to get signed, so we're going to have him signed right away. I guess he wants to be a face. That's okay. I will sign him as a face. If you have a good idea for his debut, by all means, I'd love to see it in the comments. I know that's a lot to comment on, but if you'd like to, by all means, go ahead. Alright, so we're going to complete this. Yes. Awesome. We have signed Eric Young. We still are waiting to hear back from Kurt Angle, Bobby Roode, Rhino, and Taz. I already have a plan for Rhino. So, Kurt Angle, Bobby Roode, and Taz are going to come into fruition once they are signed. Okay, so we need some more big names. If you have an idea who those big names could be, I included in the signings. Alright, so we got some pretty decent ratings. We're going to select all and delete. Alright, so that was SmackDown. I'm going to do the build up to Raw on the next video. And we will do Monday Night Raw on the very next episode. Episode 2. And of course, this time I will remember Roman Reigns versus Sheamus 1-on-1. Also, I'm just going to put this match out for Raw. Dean Ambrose going 1-on-1 with Alberto Del Rio. I'm leading up to something with Dean Ambrose and the League of Nations. Stay tuned so you can see what I'm leading up to exactly. And in the meantime, thank you for taking the time to view my video here. I do apologize about the previous, about what was originally meant to be episode 1. So let's just go over that now. We just made those 5 huge signings. We went over the injuries at the beginning of the show, and we also did the Monday Night Raw results. And there they are. Big Show Mark Henry Kane defeats the Social Outcast. I was going to say Social Network. I don't know why. Anyways, Miz wins the Intercontinental title from Zack Ryder, like in real life. Dolph Ziggler defeats Kevin Owens before being attacked by Samoa Joe. New Day defeats the Dudleys. Sasha Banks, Brie Bella, and Becky Lynch defeat Charlotte, Naomi, and Tamina. And because of that match result, I gave the winning team a #1 contender match. Alright, and then we had John Cena defeat Ryback. And then Roman Reigns, Dean Ambrose, and the Usos defeated the League of Nations. We also set up the rivalry with the Wyatt family and Roman Reigns, as Bray Wyatt will take on Roman Reigns 1-on-1 at Backlash for the WWE Championship. Alright, so we have AJ Styles with morale issues. Let's see what he wants. Okay, irritated at the botched turn. Let's give him some money. See if that'll help him. Let's give him, let's say 5 grand. And there we go. Bonus has been given. He is pleased. Okay. So on that happy note, thank you for watching. Like, subscribe, share. Maybe not share, but like and subscribe at least. Follow me on Twitter at A13ENT. And we'll catch you later on the next one.